So a lot of people get caught in, especially hypnotherapists and coaches, get caught in this whole thing of, I've got to relax my client in order to have access to the unconscious mind. Well, I want you to realize this. Trance itself does not require a client to be relaxed. Relaxation can sometimes, and that's the key word here, sometimes be a byproduct of trance. So when we're teaching our ACA students, and definitely when I was with my own therapist, when I was seeing clients, relying on relaxation was a waste of time. Not every client can relax. Not every client needs to be relaxed. So if I'm spending all my time trying to relax my client just to get at the unconscious mind, I'm basically forcing my client or squeezing my client into a technique, and people don't work that well. So if you're spending your time with the relaxation, I highly recommend just substituting relaxation. I understand the theory of it, okay? But substituting the relaxation effort that you're putting your client through to get into what is called the hypnotic interview. Now, I've talked about hypnotic interview in so many videos. Hopefully it's making sense now. The hypnotic interview is basically trying to find this root cause thing, trying to find the knots, the conclusions, the issues, the byproducts of the problem, all of these sorts of things. And where therapists will spend their time trying to relax a client to get them to this trance place, even though relaxation, hypnosis, and trance are all separate things, if you really think about it. By doing the hypnotic interview, you're asking a client to go into their unconscious mind to find information that is normally unavailable to them. And that's why this thing's so powerful. And we all know that trance exists in the unconscious mind. We all know that relaxation exists in the unconscious mind. So I'm basically killing 2 or 3 birds with one stone by doing the right hypnotic interview in the session, not on the strategy call, but in the session. I'm basically getting the trance, the root cause, the relaxation, the visualization, the emotions, all the things I need, all in one maneuver. Just because your client is relaxed, and I've said this before, just because your client's relaxed doesn't mean they can be healed. I could lay on the couch, watch a movie, be very relaxed, but I'm not going to have a breakthrough. Why would I? I'm just relaxed. If a client spontaneously starts to relax because of the things you're doing, fantastic. If your client gets really, really emotional, fantastic. But they don't need to be relaxed in order to feel emotions. Your client doesn't have to be relaxed to see the visualizations. Your client doesn't have to be relaxed to have a phobia cure or to do a regression or to have like a whatever technique you're using. They don't have to be relaxed. So if you're spending all your time trying to force a client down that path, you'll hit brick walls many, many times. Just because a client's relaxed does not mean they can be healed. The best thing you do is substitute the relaxation technique, start to do the right hypnotic interview, trying to find that root cause, the conflicts, the conclusions, the dirty thinking, all of that sort of stuff. And as a byproduct of that, if relaxation happens, that's fine. But notice the spontaneous part of it. It's coming from your client. It means that your client's unconscious mind needed to relax them in order to do what it's supposed to do. Or your client's unconscious mind needed for them to be emotional in order for it to do what it needs to do. So instead of forcing my client to have it one way, guys, take a step back, allow your client to have these things spontaneously instead of forcing them to squeezing them into a technique. So we tell all our ACH students this as well. Forget about the relaxations. Forget about trying to force your client into a technique. Forget about the scripts because it's impossible to script this stuff. Forget about the visualizations, but be patient enough to wait for these things to happen if they need to. And when they need to, they will show up. And if they do show up, you can utilize them. But remember, it's coming from your client. And that's what's most important, guys.